Today we will discuss propagation methods. Propagation is multiplication of plants. In nature, plants multiply naturally to perpetuate themselves. The art of propagation is as old as civilization of human being. The history of civilization began with the propagation and growing of plants. Nowadays, propagation practice has been totally modernized. Propagation practices have advanced from field to in vitro. Starting from scion stick of 15 to 20 centimeter length, the plants are multiplied even using cell, tissue and embryo. In modern horticulture trade, plant propagation is a soaring business. It is highly profitable, employment generative, recreative and creative business. Now we will see what are the different types of propagation. There are two propagation types. First one is sexual method and asexual method. Propagation, it is multiplication of plants by seeds. In sexual process, male and female gametes are fused to produce seeds. The plants thus produced may or may not be similar to their parents, and the propagated plant may also be different from each other. The second one is asexual propagation. Asexual propagation is independent of sexual propagation. It takes place by mitosis division. Mitosis division continues on in shoot tip, root tip and cambium. Chromosomes divide longitudinally to form two daughter cells. This forms the basis of asexual propagation. The plants raised through asexual process are identical to mother plants. There are different types of asexual propagations. Among that, cutting, budding and grafting, division and layering are main methods of asexual propagation. Let us discuss asexual methods. Under asexual methods, first one is cutting. Cutting is separation of a portion from mother plant and planting it into a suitable medium so that it may develop into a new plant. Depending on source of origination, it is of three types. Stem cutting, second one is root cutting, third is leaf cutting. A portion of stem is taken for propagation. It is of four types: hardwood cutting, semi-hardwood cutting, softwood cutting and herbaceous cutting. Let us see first hardwood cutting. In this method, 1 year old and mature shoots are selected for the purpose of propagation. The selected shoot should be healthy and should not be too vigorously growing. The length of the cutting is, it can be kept up to 10 to 45 centimeter. The cutting must possess at least 2 to 3 buds. In this method, mostly the plants like grape, fig, pomegranate, morus and roses are propagated by using this hardwood cutting method. Second is semi-hardwood cutting. In this type of cutting, 4 to 9 months old shoot of semi-hardwood is used for raising new plants. Shoots of 7 to 20 centimeter length are used for preparing cuttings. Mostly this type of cuttings is prepared during rainy season. This type of cutting is usually practiced for evergreen plants like mango, guava, jackfruit, lemon, onla, etc. Softwood cuttings is practiced under mist chamber. Shoots of 2 to 3 months age are selected for softwood cuttings. The length of cutting is kept to 10 to 15 centimeter. Apple, peach, guava and many ornamental plants can be propagated under mist chamber using softwood cuttings. Next is herbaceous cutting. Mostly ornamental plants are planted through herbaceous cuttings. In this method, shoots of 1 to 2 month age are selected for cuttings. For example, like ornamental plants, alternanthera, coleus, pilea, epatorium, ericine, etc. plants are propagated by herbaceous cutting. Next is root cutting. The plants capable of producing sucker are good for root cutting. Fruit plants like apple, pear, guava, and bale and other forest species are suitable for root cutting propagation. For propagation, roots of 2 to 3 centimeter thickness are selected. The length of cutting is kept to 10 to 15 centimeter. In temperate fruits, the root cuttings are prepared during December. Third one is leaf cutting. Leaf cutting is successful in propagation of ornamental plants. Mostly succulent plants having thick and leathery leaves are propagated through leaf cutting, like begonia, sansevieria, crassula. This type of plants are propagated through leaf cutting. The leaf is separated from mother plant and planted in suitable media where it gives out roots and generates a complete plant. Second one is layering. It is a technique of propagation in which a portion of plant is forced to produce adventitious root while it is still remains attached to mother plant. In this process, a single portion of plant constitutes root and shoot. Upon emergence of roots, the shoot is separated from the mother plant, survived in nursery for some time, then planted in the field. First one is simple layering. In this method, the ground touching portion of plant and suckers emerging along with main stem of the plants are used for layering. Here you can see in image simple layering. Generally, 1-year-old shoot is used for layering. The shoot is bent downward in the soil using peg or nail and tied with the help of rope to make it stayed in the position. The ground touching portion is wounded. In about 4 to 5 months, roots emerge out. It is then separated from the mother plant by giving 2 to 3 cuts in installment. Guava and hazelnut, like these different plants, can be propagated easily through this technique. Second one is serpentine or compound layering. In this method, covering the branches of plants at their nodes with soil throughout its length by alternate exposing of internodal length of shoot. By this method, in the plants like clematis, smilax, wisteria, muscadine grape, these plants are propagated through compound layering, or it is also known as serpentine layering. In the second image, you can see serpentine and compound layering method. Here, covering the branches of plants at their nodes with soil throughout its length by alternate exposing of internodal length of shoot. Here, when the birds exposed to air give rise to shoot, and portion of shoot covered in the soil gives rise to root. When growth resumption takes place in the buried portion of shoots, it is detached and planted in nursery. When adequate growth is there, the plant is planted in the field. The third type of layering method is mound layering or stooling. This type of layering is practiced in plants in which the branches are very firm and bending is difficult. This practice can be seen in the plants like guava, apple, pear, quince, currants, and gooseberries. Third type of layering is mound layering. In this method, the plant is pruned severely at 2.5 cm above ground level before the start of new growth. As a result, many shoots emerge out from the base of the plant. When the shoot becomes little sturdy, it is girdled at the base, rooting hormone is applied if needed, and it is covered with soil to a height of about 15 to 20 cm. Depending upon ease of rooting, roots emerge out in about 3 to 4 months. After rooting, the shoot is separated from mother plant and planted in the nursery. Next one is trench layering. The branch of the plant is bent downward in horizontal position in a shallow trench. It is used for the propagation of apple, pear and cherry. In the first image you can see in this method the branch of the plant is bent downward in a horizontal position in a shallow trench. When the shoot develops, the base is covered with 5 to 10 centimeter layer of soil. Covering the shoot with soil gives etiolation effect and helps in rooting. The rooted layers are separated from mother plants and planted in nursery. Trench layering is successful in woody species which are not easily propagated through stooling. Next method is tip layering. Tip layering is a natural method of reproduction of blackberries and raspberries. In these plants, rooting takes place near the tip of the current season growth. In tip layering method, the shoot tip recurves upward to produce bend in the stem from which root develops. The top of the plant is layered by making a hole 2 to 5 cm below the soil. The tip roots out and produces shoot. The rooted tip is separated from plant along with old shoot. Old shoot acts as handle also for handling new rooted tip. The sixth one is air layering. It is also known as Chinese layering, pot layering or guti. Usually 1 year old or previous season shoot of pencil thickness is selected. Lychee, lime, jackfruit, cashew nut, guava, fortunella, ficus, crotons, monstera and philodendron. This type of plants are being propagated through air layering. About 5 to 7 cm away from the base of the selected shoot, a girdle of 2 to 5 to 3 cm size by removing the bark is prepared in this method. The girdled portion of the shoot is scraped using gunny bag or with rear side of the blade. This process helps in removal of phloem and ultimately prevents the formation of bark at the girdled portion. The girdled portion is then covered using moist sphagnum moss grass. Covering the moss grass retains better moisture at the top of the air layering. The girdle portion is now wrapped using transparent polythene tape and both the ends of the tape are tied airtightly. Depending upon the ease of success, rooting appears in about 2 to 3 months. When root emerges is there and it becomes visible from the transparent wrapped tape, the layered shoot is separated from mother plant, giving 2 to 3 cuts in installments. The layered plants are placed in nursery under partial shade where frequent watering is provided and high humidity is maintained. Usually air layering is practiced during the month of July to August. In this slide you can see all the layering types are put together. First one is simple layering and second is serpentine layering. Third one is mound layering. Fourth one is trench layer. Fifth is tip layering and last one is air layering. Okay, now we will see what is the difference between cutting and layering method. In cutting method, it can be done by using branches, leaves and roots. Whereas in layering, it is performed on only branches of the plant. Next difference is plant parts are first detached from the mother plant and they are induced to produce roots. Whereas in layering, plant parts are kept attached to the mother plant till the root formation takes place. Next difference is cutting can be taken easily from the plant and can be carried to long distances. More number of cuttings can be prepared from a plant. Whereas in layering, these are produced on the spot only and very few layers can be produced from plant. Next difference is it is very easy and simple method, whereas layering is a cumbersome and difficult, requires lot of technique. Next, fifth one is those plants are easier to root or propagated by this method, whereas layering, the plants are difficult to root, can be propagated by layering method. So these are the difference between cutting and layering. Thank you for watching my video. Hope you all gained some knowledge.